Hello guys, and today we got here another very awesome deck profile. We have here some nekroz. Yes, we got here nekroz because they did get hit on the ban list. They did get Shrit be put to 1, and that actually really hurts the deck. It slows it down and makes it, and with Jin gone, not that Jin was really important to the deck, it just changes how the deck is being played, very much so. So some things have changed. I definitely don't think this deck is the best deck of the format. I don't think that is. I think that goes to Statella. I think Statella are going to be really good this format. So let me just go right in and look at everybody. So yeah, so 2 nekroz. I feel back row control is very important in this format, especially for nekroz. So 2 nekroz, 1 in the side is a good idea. Thing is though, is MST should also be in here. I just couldn't find room because cards like Loser Turn, and Anti-Spell Fragrance, those cards are being made, and the nekroz cannot stop those floodgates if they get flipped face up first. Dance Princess and nekroz, she's very important because the deck all revolves around using Shrit, banishing Shrit, and then using Dance Princess effect to add him back to hand, because if she's tributed, you can add a banished nekroz card from your banished pile to your hand. So she's very important. She can also be like another nekroz where card effects cannot be activated in response to a nekroz ritual spell card. And then of course we run the 3 Manju and the 3 Senju. These guys are our searchers. You never see them in the deck, but they are there. So hopefully you see them. 1 Shrit got put to 1. Now that he's at 1, it makes you realize how important he was. He should definitely have been played at 3. 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! Sagi and 2 Effect Bearers along with 3 Max C. These are just some hand traps, because the entire deck is hand traps. I mean, you also have the 3 Val. So these guys are very, very helpful. Just to help stuff. And once Noting comes out, Effect Bearer is going to be really good, because then you can actually make the original Trishula. All you need is another level 4, and then summon Noting, and be able to summon out Effect Bearer, and you got a level 1 Tuna and 2 level 4s. That makes the level 9 Trishula. Just make sure you don't have Unicorn on board when you summon Noting. Yeah, 3 Max C is very good this format against a lot of decks. Maybe not so well against Clearfoots, but it will be really good against the Tellarknights and of course the Mirror Match as well. And Effect Bearer will always protect you from a Trishula. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Sagi it works really well with Maxi because she can destroy cards. So if like an Altair is activated, you can destroy them, they'll special summon out the monster. They can't make their trigger, but they can still XZ summon into something, and it really upsets their play, and you just get to draw the entire time. Well, Effect Bearer would be better if you want to actually completely stop that play. So, and then 2 Trishulas, because I feel Trishula is very important to the deck. And so yeah, so 2 Trishulas, just to make sure we can, he's pretty much the big thing for removing stuff on the field. If he ever gets banned, that's awful, because he is the deck's removal, to get rid of any annoying cards whatsoever. And then 3 Valkyries, still a hand trap, still lets you stall, and is still a really good draw power card. Just being able to tribute 2, again, Shrit and Dance Princess will get their effects if you tribute them for Valkyrie's effect. 2 Bionic, because he's at 2. We're putting Unicorn to 3 because you kind of have to. You really want to be able to get to that Shrit very quickly, so that Hero of the Arclight can get you Brio, and then you can just go from there. And then 1 Colossalus, because you only really need 1 Colossalus at all, because once you get your first ritual spell card, and as long as you can use it, you can get your others once all your monsters leave the field. And if they're not leaving the field, then you have monsters. 1 Reject Key, 2 Rhoda. We only have 2 targets, that being Shrit and the 1 Colossalus, but you really want to get to that Shrit, so 2 is worth it, even if you end up drawing in 2 dead Rhodas late game. 1 Prep, which you never see, really good because you can run out of ritual spell cards, which we did up. 2 nekroz Mirror, because it's not really that important. Ritual summoning from hand is good, don't get me wrong, and being able to banish sets you up for summoning out Dance Princess or tributing out Dance Princess. But it is more important for your Kaleidomirs to have 3 Kaleidomirs and 3 Cycle this format, because again you want to be able to do the combo with Unicorn, and Cycle, everything will be in your grave, just everything will be in your grave. So you definitely want to just be able to summon them back out. Summon out your Trishula, summon out your Valkyries, or summon out your Unicorn. We were great with Dance Princess again, you banish for Trishula, then you activate a Cycle, and boom, you got yourself a Unicorn back, and you got Shrit back in hand. And that will be it. I do not run the Gate Sorcerer of Nekroz because I couldn't find a good spot for him. I was originally running 1 and 1. And I understand why. He is another searcher, because once you run out of your 2 Brios, which you can do really easily, you can kind of herd with getting ritual monsters to your hand. So he is another good searcher for getting your Valks or your Unicorn, but I did not just find room for him. For the extra deck, Quasar, just in case you want to summon out Valkyries and Unicorn, and then use the effect to draw 2. 3 Herald of the Arclight, very important. Just you dump him, and he will add a ritual monster from your deck, ritual spell card from your deck to your hand. And then we just run a whole bunch of rank 4s. We run the Dark Rebellion, the Carnivorian, the 103. I've never actually called Ragnar 0 but by 103. It's interesting how we call certain cards, like this is Silent Honor, but some people call it number 101. Castel, Diamond Dire Wolf. Diamond Dire Wolf is really important in this deck because if you get no cards in your field, you can use its gas effects and grave. Excited tonight, 2 Diagaster Emerald because drawing is really important and being able to put stuff back in the deck is really useful. 1 Abyss Dweller and 1 Cowboy. So that is the extra deck. And as far as the deck goes, it's still going to be a competitor. It's probably going to get better. People are going to figure out how to play this deck now that you only have 1. Who knows, maybe people run that those Gishki cards that can be treated as the entire tribute for water monsters. So that is it. And as far as Jin going to 1 for this deck, pretty much it just shuts down Colossalus. That's the big thing, because with Jin in the deck, you could always just go Colossalus Cycle, use Cycle, banish Jin, summon out Colossalus. Now you can't, so why even bother running Colossalus? Or at least running multiple copies of Colossalus. So that will be it for this deck profile. It is, again, this deck is really good, still really good, but I don't think it's going to be the best. I feel it just doesn't have a room for enough stuff. I've heard that some Nekroz decks do run more than 40 cards, so if you want to, you can put in some MSTs. I feel MST is better than Galaxy Cyclone because you can activate it in response to a flipped anti-spell fragrance. You can't with Galaxy Cyclone because it's a normal spell. So yeah, just tell me guys what you guys think of this format. What do you guys think are going to be the big decks, and tell me what you guys think about anything in general. Hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the duels for tomorrow. See you guys later. Bye.